Amazing. Yes, ma'am.
So it was hard for me to answer this question because I was trying to decide what she had said, something like, when you throw a boomerang, do you want it to come back? Because I was thinking from the perspective of something that just kept coming back and I didn't want it to come back. And so that was one thing. And then also, I was really, really asking myself this question all week. Whenever I had an extra time to think of something, I just couldn't come up with anything. And what's interesting is that what that gentleman said, the gentleman about, these things were not his, they were given to him, and he was releasing those. It's funny because there was something inside of me that was screaming like, you're crazy, you're gonna fly away, like you've gotta have something that grounds you. There's no reason for you not to have something, and that was what was coming inside of me. So then when you ask the question, I would say my boomerang is my identity. Yeah. And my identity is to be different. I think that my whole life, because I'm not like my sister, I'm not like my brother, I've been in environments where I just don't necessarily fit, that even when it's not organic, I look for ways to be different, incredibly, even at my own expense. If everyone's doing wrong, I want to do right. If everyone's doing right, I want to do wrong. I mean, I don't want to, but you know what I mean? Like I'm searching, that tends to be part of my identity is, how do I make myself different in this space?
Right.
And again, like I said, when he said what he said, there was a lot of hell going on inside of me when he said that. I was like, you are insane. I really wanted to just get up and shake him like, you're gonna fly away. You've gotta have something to ground you. You cannot be like that. You cannot just be out with no attachment to something. That sounds crazy. You're crazy.
And was it you saying that or something inside of you saying that?
I don't know what it was, but it was a force.
And was it you?
It felt like me. You've asked me this before. It feels like me. It sounds like me. It talks like it sounds like I talk. It sounds exactly the way I'm saying it right now.
Right. And was it you?
I want to say yes.
Was your mouth moving?
No, no.
So
see, and that's what I didn't understand about what he said, because for the first time when he said it, we've talked about this before, but when he said something that was given to me,
yeah,
I was like, wait a minute, no. No, it wasn't given to you. This was just what life developed into. Like, I'm arguing with this person that I don't even know, and in my mind I'm like, this is not real for him, this is not right, let me go ahead and tell your story because you're getting it wrong. I don't know what all that was. It was very weird, because he wanted to you've said this before, when people want to get out of their hell, there's other people that are like, no, you gotta stay here, where are you going?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do for him. But it seems weird because what is all of that then? Do I ever get out of hell then? Am I like, now I'm scared for me because there is something inside of me that is just fighting this. Sorry, I'm a mess.
So let me ask, so do you realize when that thing was talking to you about what he was saying, that's exactly what he was talking about, that something else is inside of me. Something else made a home in me. And that's just something else he's talking about. This thing screaming and telling you, no, you got to hold on to this. You need something to keep your feet flat on the ground. You need some type of identity. That's exactly what he's talking about. That's not you. Have you noticed that all these years that you have not been able to, you say you've been trying hard to be different, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed you have not succeeded at that yet?
Yeah.
You're no different than anybody else. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And why do you think it did not work or hasn't worked?
I would say then because it's not me.
Right. And why can't you accept that so you can overcome this thing that made a home in you?
Because the whatever made a home in me, it is chilling and it doesn't want to go anywhere.
Right.
Like it feels
That's
so
true.
skin to skin. It feels like you were asking me to like be dropped into the set of Silence of the Lambs and like you're gonna pull my skin off. It literally feels like you're asking me to detach from something that is who I am.
I am as exactly what I'm asking you to do.
I don't like it. I'll just be real. I don't like it.
Most people don't.
Okay.
And the reason they don't, because they think it's them. Who will I be if I don't be this? Who will I be if I don't have these emotions, if I don't have these feelings, if I don't have this voice to talk to? Who will I be?
Yeah, if there was a line to stand in for those people, I'd be at the front of the line.
Well, everyone would beat you to the front. Because every human being on this side of heaven has the same problem. They have identified with that. They'll build what they thought was a life on that, and they're convinced that it's them. But what you don't know, exactly what he's saying, is this thing made a home in you, and it's taken on this, you took on its identity, thinking that it was you, and trying to make a life out of it, and it hasn't worked, and it never will work.
But why does it have so much emotion to it? Why does it feel so heavy? Why does it feel anything? Why isn't it just a force that is inside of me? And like, I get sad, like I get super sad. Like, I don't understand what the emotions are about. Like, I get really, I don't even know him, and what he said flicked something on in my mind,
yeah.
But I was mad at him. I literally was like, this kid doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, all of those things happened, all these emotions that...
This kid.
I know, now you're a kid.
Years old.
I'm so sorry, it's not me.
Just take it easy, she's gonna call you something else in a minute.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, I know what you mean.
No
he's
offense.
not taking it serious.
Okay, but no, seriously, like I literally like was just very, I feel like I'm very practical. I'm very logical, but there's parts of this whole process that it's just a war. It's an extreme war for me.
That's the battle that I've been talking about between good and evil. What you don't know is that this thing that made a home of you, and the reason the pain feels so great to you, because you're convinced that it's you. You have truly taken on as an identity. This is me. I'm my thoughts. I'm my pain. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm an Indian. I'm a chief. I'm a Mexican. I'm black. I'm this. And you're none of those things. And so this thing is evil, and it made a home in your body, and it lives off living in human bodies. It has to live in a human body.
But what if I'm the worst case and there's no
You're not.
I'm being serious. I'm like, what if I have a mental condition? What if it like reached a part of my psyche that it should have never reached, and it's too far gone? Like, those are the things that I think, like, maybe I'm the exception to the rule. Like, maybe I won't figure this out.
Let me just see the hands of the people who deal with the same thing. You think it's you, and you're believing that it's you. You hear the thoughts, and you feel the emotion behind the thought, either so-called good or bad. Can I see the hands?
Well, sometimes. Do you mean before or like?
Yeah, before. You understand what she's talking about? Yeah. Every human being has that, except most human beings accept it as a norm, and they don't want to overcome it. They love that hell that you're talking about. And a few want to overcome it, and they see what's going on, and they're overcoming it. The devil will depart from them. You're not crazy, but that thing in your head is crazy, and you identify with it, which makes you crazy.
Can I just ask, for those that experience that, did it ever bring you to tears? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does, because it feels like I'm going to fly away if I don't hold on to this. You know, how would I function in this world if I don't have this identity?
Yeah, who will I be?
Right. Never ask that again. That's the devil asking you that. That's not even you saying that. The devil is saying, because you so identify things, he's saying, well, who will I be if I don't be this? Who will I be if I'm not that? Who will I be? That's not even you saying that. Okay. He's saying that so that he can convince you that it is you, and he can continue to live in you. That's why that's not you. So when that voice said, well, who will I be? Who will I be? He said, like, don't let me die. Don't let me leave you. Who will I be if I left here? Because he's going to have to find somebody else to make a home in. And all the stuff that's going on in your head and in emotion, he's making you think it and feel it. He makes you feel fear about what's going to happen. He makes you feel good by making you accept, oh, this is me. And then he makes you feel bad, and then he makes you feel good, and he drives you nuts, and you're thinking that it's you. And you're thinking that you're the only one when you don't know, and you will come to see it if you say, every human being got the same problem. There's not one that don't have it, but only a few is willing to do what you're doing, to question it, to watch it, to want to know what's going on.
I just want to tell him, the 21-year-old, thank you for whatever it was that you said. I don't know how to say it any other way. Thank you.
And what he did, he spoke the absolute truth.
Yeah.
He spoke the truth. You heard that truth, and as a result of hearing it and let it come in, the devil got busy. He became afraid. He started yelling. He started screaming. He's like, no, this is a little kid. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And so what happened was, the truth is trying to save you. But you don't recognize that as the truth trying to save you. The devil is having a fit, not because of you, but because the truth enter in. Yes. And the truth is fighting it. But it feels like you, because the devil is having a fit, and you don't know that's the truth that's trying to save you. From the lie, from the devil. Right. And so that's why the devil was carrying on like that. He didn't want you to hear that. Yeah. He's like, no, don't pay attention. Yeah. Don't do this. Who will you be? He's too young to know that deep truth like that. Mm-hmm. He just listened to Jesse. Yeah.
I did think that too. That was one of the thoughts.
He doesn't know. It's all those thoughts was the spirit of evil that the light had contacted while sitting there hearing the truth. God entered in, and the devil became afraid of the light. I want y'all to know, when those things start acting up in you, it's only acting up because the truth is there, and it is afraid of the truth. And that's what happens when you welcome the truth. God will help us, but we won't let him because we fight back. We go along with the devil thinking that it's us. But you're doing fine, and everybody that get to where you are, they're like, who will I be if this leave? That's not you asking yourself that or saying that. You're going to be you. When this thing leaves, you will be you, and the real you, there are no words to express. I do want to tell you, though, the real you is created in the image of God. This thing that carrying on in your mind and emotions is not created in the image of God. The real you, I almost don't want to say this, don't let the devil use this against you. You are a spirit. God is a spirit, and so are you. The real you is not the thought, you're not the body, you're not the feeling. You are a spirit, and in that world, none of those things exist. There's no hate, there's nothing but love, there's no judgment, there are no plans, no ideas, no thinking you think what you want. Never try to prove trying to prove yourself to anyone. No trying to make life work. No comparing yourself to anyone. No trying to hurt anyone. It would be impossible because you would be all love, and that's it. You will be all light and all love, and you will function here on the earth in the same way you're going to function when your body expires. You will function in the same way that you function here in the body if you continue to let the light enter and let the light kill the darkness. That darkness, Satan hates any light that comes inside of you because it's over for him. He has no power. He just has you thinking that he has power, and he doesn't. Amazing, huh? What do you think about that?
It is amazing. Oh, yeah, it is amazing. Especially when you say God says to be still and know,
Yeah.
it allows me to not have to do anything. But even that, even that is a little scary. Because as you were saying that, I was thinking to myself, well, Jesse, what do you do every day? If you're not doing all of those things, like everything that you just listed seemed like, oh, well, you know, but it just seems like you would just have way too much time on your hands.
Speak up.
It just seems like you would have way too much time on your hands if you didn't do all those things.
You do have way too much time. It's that time thing that is the problem. Anyone that lives in their imagination, their thoughts and feelings, you're trying to fill in all the time, and all you're doing is killing yourself. When you let go, you get done what you need done, and you have time wasted.
Okay.
But it's amazing time. You realize I didn't even need the time. But living in time makes you think you need time, like you don't have time. And time won't give me time. But I got time. Y'all heard that song? Time won't give me time, but I got nothing but time.
Thank you for this time. I didn't want to take, I didn't want to take away from this experience, but
You had an amazing addition to it because you spoke exactly what happened in every human being.
That's right.
You spoke out loud what is happening in every human being. When people, what I do in my time now, like I'm at work, I'm doing my work, but I'm also watching me. I'm watching what's happening inside of me, what I'm thinking and feeling, right? And what's going on. I know now whatever's happening is not me. So when I'm attacked, I let it happen. I don't defend it. I don't run from it. I watch to see what I'm thinking and feeling about it, because I know whatever I'm thinking and feeling is not me. And so I just kind of watch it. And people say and do some of the dumbest stuff that ain't true at all. And the devil tell you, oh, you're popular out there. What are people going to think now? What are they going to say now, right? And I watch that, and it's amazing. Because I'm seeing that it's not me. It's not me at all. So there's no reason to attack back. There's no reason to get angry. There's no reason to have a fight with someone, because it's not you. Your natural real self will never fight with the world. Your natural real self will never fight with the world. It's your unnatural self that want to fight back and fight with the world. But there's nothing to fight if this is not you. What are you fighting for? When you attack, they're not attacking you, they're attacking the false you. And that's what you protect when you freak out about it, or when you get mad about it, and when you get scared, and when you worry about what someone's thinking. You're protecting and not you. You're protecting this thing that should be dying. God said the only way we're going to enter into the kingdom, we must die. That thing must die. And so when it attacks you inside your imagination and emotions, let it happen. And when it attack you inside from what somebody else is trying to do to hurt you, because they're being attacked in their own mind. The reason they're attacking you is because that same thing is going on inside of them. And the devil tells them, they just attack you. Go and attack. And they go and do it. It's the same spirit.
okay.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
So let that happen. When the young man was speaking and they say we're busy, you just sit there and watch the devil being busy and know that that's not me.
Okay.
It's not you, it's not you. So that you will stop identifying with it. And sooner you stop identifying with it, it's over.
Okay.
You could be free.
Okay.
And you'll get up and go to work. You'll do what you need to do at work. You'll have dinner with your friends if that's what you want. But it'll just be dinner. It's like the young lady was saying about the date. There's no reason to be thinking through the date. You just let the date happen. Go get in the car, drive, get to the cafe, order your meal. After the meal, you want a little wine. Hey, little wine. And when the day is over, it is over. You don't have to play, oh, I wonder will he call again. Oh, I wonder where I want to be with. Did I like him or her? This is not for me. You don't need to think about any of all that. It happens on its own.
Okay.
It happens naturally.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. This is is this fun?
Yes.
This is fellowship. Okay.
I love what you said, what you added to it. It's perfect. I just wanted to say a little bit more about it because you talked about the pain, and what will be helpful maybe is if you to understand that everybody's hell experience is personalized and custom tailored for them. And so that's why it's so painful, because your hell experience isn't going to be the same as someone else's. It's uniquely designed for you. And so what happened when we were young and we were traumatized, whatever we clung to help us get over the trauma is the demon that we actually invited into our life to help us get through the trauma. And so that's what stays with us to the rest of our lives until we forgive.
I do want to just say that the trauma might be a little different. You might fall in the well, and then baby Jesse and daddy have to come get you. And that will traumatize you. But overcoming it is the same. The devil going to scream at everything you just described is happening to you. I had to go through the exact same thing. But I didn't know because no one told me that this is what I'm going to go through. That screaming and, well, who will I be if I don't have this identity? I used to think the emotions and stuff were me. You know, I thought it was me. No one told me it wasn't me. But because something stopped me from overreacting a little bit to this thing that was happening. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I want more of that. I want more of not overreacting to thoughts and feelings, right? So it gave me the want to, and the desire to understand it, to want to not overreact the next time. Whether it's inside of me or somebody attacking me from the outside, which is no one is really attacking you. It's this far self you think is you, right? And I noticed that the more I did not overreact, the more I don't want to overreact. The more I did not want to overreact, the more I don't overreact. To a point that you don't even feel the attacks anymore. Because that far you is disappearing. If you let it happen, it will be taken away. God will save you. And what you're being saved from is this mad spirit, evil spirit inside of you. That's what salvation is all about, is to overcome the ego. You're dying from the identities. You're dying from them. And a little bit of dying makes you want more dying. And makes you want more dying. And eventually you, without even realizing, you don't say I anymore. I'm this and I'm that. And you don't try not to say it. It's just because you're losing identities. I'm talking about the time. You don't identify with those things because they are disappearing. There's nothing to identify with. When you have nothing to identify with, then you're free. Then you're free. And the Spirit of the Father will take away all those identities because they are spirits. And then when you communicate, you got to talk, like, I'm hungry. Because you're speaking consciously, and you know that you're not, what you're saying, you're not identified with being hungry. You know what I'm saying? But you got to just continue to watch it and know that the Spirit of truth is causing the lie to act up inside of you. And that's all you need to do is just watch it. There's nothing else to do. And life will happen on us. It's going to be amazing the way life's going to work when you don't have anything to identify with but truth. It's just going to blow your mind. And because you're so accustomed to identifying with things and thinking that that's working, it's different than, because you're going to be wondering, what am I supposed to be thinking about how I know life is working if I ain't got to think about life working? You know what I mean? Because in that fallen state, we question, well, is life really working? But in truth, you can't question if life is working because there are no questions in truth. Truth is, the light is, The light is whole. The light is. Yes. Hold on a minute. Amazing, huh? So when that devil acts up, just know that's the devil yelling and screaming, make you feel that. And relax and let the devil do it, and you just watch him. And that's the light of God that is now inside of you. And the devil is mad at God. He doesn't want to leave. It's not you.